Progress report.
It's an older code, Skipper. I can't make it out.
You, higher mammal. Can you read?
No, Phil can read, though. Phil? Ship to Kenya. Wildlife Preserve, Africa.
Africa? That ain't gonna fly. Rico.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Can you read? This is an extract from the Madagascar movie. Great little children's movie. But sometimes you've got to be very careful about, or keep alert at what's being said in some of these movies, these Hollywood blockbusters. Because sometimes we're given the answers and the clues to what's happening, and because it's been presented in such a way, we tend to miss it. Like that penguin says, can you read?
Can you read?
No, Phil can read, though.
Well, we assume that we can read most of the time, because most people will read that as Kenya Wildlife Preserve Africa. But as Phil says in this movie, he sees it exactly as it is, as sign language, and it's no part of the English language.
Can you read?
No, Phil can read, though. Phil? Ship to Kenya Wildlife Preserve, Africa.
I think I can prove Phil the monkey right, because I've spent the last 10 years trying to prove that this all uppercase text is English, and I just cannot find the evidence to prove this. So after great looking so after a lot of research and looking, the Chicago Manual of Styles, which is the official styles manual for the City of London, the administrative part of the Western world, or the corporate world, the Holy See, I guess you could say, the law of shipping, merchant shipping. In this book, it clearly states that well, a degree of this is sign language, American Sign Language, or ASL. And the 3 lines of page 666 of this book, as I've stated many times before, on page 666 of this book, these 3 lines here of text explains that no 2 languages on a document, 2 foreign language foreign to each other, can have jurisdiction with each other. But what we could never really work out, or the illiterate, is that we assumed that this writing here was a part of the English language and could be read as English. But according to this book, it's American Sign Language, ASL, and it is found in languages other than English, in foreign languages, which renders this as a foreign language. And as this pelican here claimed that it was an older code, ancient Latin, and Monkey Phil, he knew exactly what it was. It was American Sign Language and had nothing to do with English. That's why he read it as sign language, and the other monkey translated it to English, which is a clear statement stating that that is a foreign language. What does this mean? Two languages appearing on one document. Well, it's the point of fraud. When one is passing off a document to an unsuspecting victim that does not grammatically read what such a document is assumed to convey, such an act of passing off a document that is not what it is an act of counterfeiting. Such an act of fraud could be deemed as the evidence that our government and our bank are not our government or bank. It could be an international counterfeit government. So you've got to be very careful and keep your eyes and your ears and be very vigilant when these Hollywood blockbusters come out, because the communist system gives us notice in these art forms. They claim that they gave us notice. They claim they've told us everything. And they sort of have told us everything. Just that we have to be awake and vigilant and make sure we know it. Because this book, this movie here, is telling you exactly what this book is telling you. That is sign language, and it's got nothing to do with English. Rendering it as a foreign language. And on all your court documents, banking contracts, driver licenses, utility bills from these foreign administrators, these internationals that are not the de jure governments of our country. When these bills appear in these ledgers, these satanic ledgers, which really means the stone of a grave, when you break open these ledgers and start interfering with this foreign text that's used for tombstones, that is no part of English, they, the administrators of this language and of this hidden dead world, this underworld, they will assume that you are with them in their underworld, their world of the debtors. And if you open their ledgers, their articles, and claim them as yours, and claim that writing to be English, this deception is what renders you to fall into, it's be entrapped in their slavery Roman law system that uses a debased foreign language that looks just like English. But Monkey Phil can work it out, and our penguin here, he can work it out. So you have to start working this out yourself.